religion is to some people it is a way of life. To some people it is a way to worship God. To some people it's a tool to conquer and divide people. And a good example is what the European did. They carefully crafted and they designed a religion, and both religions are aimed towards one thing. And as you can see, they brought religion in Africa, and they were able to divide Africa along ethnic, along tribes, along let me say even countries. They created border, and these borders, the reason why they create all of this was just for their own selfish interest. They do all of this just to get resources. And so now we are given before the European came, Africa have their own way of worship to their own creator. But when they came, they felt that for them to be able to conquer and divide Africa and rule them forever is for them to what? Replace that foreign religion with the traditional religion. And that was the reason why they replaced it. And today we have the Christian and then we have the Muslim as a religion. And these both religions have automatically made us to become subservient. A good example is pilgrimage. We travel from Nigeria to Mecca. We travel from Africa to Mecca, or from Africa to Jerusalem. We raise money, billions of nairas, billions of dollars from Africa, where they ascribe as unholy land, and we take it to a land where Europeans have called it is holy, which is either Mecca or Jerusalem. They have been using that opportunity to get enough money from us. So we have made ourselves slaves even after they left. So you see us, struggling. Everybody want to be Alaji, want to go to Mecca, everybody want to go to Jerusalem to become JP, and all of this. It is uncalled for. And as we speak, you see the world is talking of Vision 2030, Vision 2050. We are here talking of discussing about which religion is more better than another. Whichever religion we are talking about, either Muslim or Christian, none of them is going to save you from hellfire, because the European religion they brought to us, they said there's a God who have hellfire and heaven, and that is the concept they've given to Africa, and now we are carrying it about just like the carryover. So now we said there is a hell and there is heaven. If you believe in Christianity, you are still going to hellfire. If you believe, because that is what the Muslim will tell you. So except you believe in Prophet Muhammad, otherwise you will go to hellfire. If you believe in Christianity or if you believe in Islam, you will still go to hellfire, because the Christians will tell you that since you did not believe in Jesus Christ, you will go to hellfire. So you see the problem. Can't you see that there's something wrong in this ideology? When you believe in Christianity, you go to hell. If you believe in Islam, you still go to hell. These two religions are foreign religions. They were brought to us by our colonial masters. And today, we are carrying it about. And everybody is busy discussing it. When they are discussing about Vision 2050, Vision 2030. Now, let's come to think of when this religion even came about. When we're talking about Adam and Eve, when did it started? This story of Adam and Eve started just 6,000 years ago. Right? This Abrahamic religion that comprises of Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Rastafari. These are the only religion that talk about hellfire and hell. And they started just 6,000 years ago. Whereas the world has been in existence 4.543 billion years. You understand what I mean? 4.543 billion years. Now this world was in existence. But somebody is telling you the story of 6,000 years is the one that is more valid. The question is, who created the world? So if you are telling me that we are going to start the analysis from 6,000 years, that's when the world has been created. But scientifically proven, the world is 4.543 billion years. So what are we talking about? It means the world is not going to end. And that is why the Oyinbos, the colonial master, who knows that the world is not going to end, except Africans who don't know, they are planning for Vision 2050, Vision 2030, Vision 2070. They are planning ahead for their posterity's sake. And they are planning on how to take over territories, dominate. But we Africans, we are thinking on how to buy and go to heaven, how to buy and either go to heaven or hell. And we have automatically, because we are preoccupied with the discussion of what religion, we have negated our own responsibility as a citizens to hold those that we elected in office accountable. And we are expecting God to come down and fix the problem for us. And that's why you will go to churches, you hear, or mosques, you hear, they will tell you, pray for your leaders, pray for your leaders. Instead of us to hold them accountable, a leader that is embezzling billions of naira, billions of dollars, billions of shillings of our own African continent, they are taking it to Europe, we will not hold them accountable. Say, God will do it for us. Since when God have begun to do what He have empowered men to do for men? God cannot come down and do what He have empowered you to do for you. You understand? That is why God created you and He give you two brains. Imagine, say you are supposed to carry one brain, but He forced two brains in your head so that you can think and reason. And because you Africans refuse to think and reason, that is why they have been what? They have been brainwashed. They have been made to think as if one God somewhere is coming to save them. And that is the problem. That is the problem. Contrary to the Bible, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 4, He said that this world will not come to an end. One generation will come, another will go. So even though if for the area of the scripture, if we are talking about Bible, that means that the concept of the world coming to an end, the Bible have demystified it. Because Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 4 have explained that the world is not coming to an end. And it's the Oyinbo, the colonial master know this. It's only Africans that are yet to know. And that is the reason why you see our leaders, they will embezzle money and they will take it to Europe. Meanwhile, they are building their own countries. The little resources they have. Imagine if it is Europe that have what Africa have as a continent. Do you think they will suffer? Do you think their youth will suffer? No. Our African leaders, me I call them rulers, they embezzle our resources and they will take it to these countries, and when they will buy properties, invest there, and leave us in perpetuity. Imagine a country that is called the world capital, the poverty capital of the world, is one taking billions of naira to go to countries that are already doing well, taking money from the already dying economy and then investing the money into a flourishing economy. How do you expect your children to have jobs? How do you expect investment? How do you expect you to live a good life? Because the money that we take out just for pilgrimage alone, if it is put together, right, they will build companies that will employ our children, will employ everybody who will live fine. But because we want to go and see one God, that they build one house for him, either in Mecca or in Jerusalem, we carry we take the money from the dying economy and we put it in a flourishing economy. How do you expect you to become rich? We will buy poor. You understand? That's the problem. And until Africans begin to understand that, begin to think out of the box, that this idea is not really helping us, rather it's making us to become poor. We must go back to our roots and begin to understand that before the coming of this colonial master or this colonial masters, what were we doing? We were doing fine and things were working for us. Today, you cannot even travel to a neighboring country without visa or papers and all of this, because they have created what we call divide and rule in Africa, and that is why Africans can never, I'm not sure, except the Alpha generation that is coming, but this current generation, I'm not sure we can be able to unite Africa and be able to do so. Well, I'm seeing voices around Africa, and I'm sure that one day African youth will get it right, and we will rise up to understand that these borders are just meant for our what? When you divide people, it's easy for you to conquer them. And that is what these people are using. And it's a very nice template. It's working for them fine. I'm telling you, the best creation, the best invention of the colonial master is religion. Ever. And this type of creation, I'm not sure it's going to just collapse, because they have carefully crafted it and they have presented it to us. And you can see Africans can go to war just because of religion. Just because one God is somewhere and they are hoping to buy and go and meet him in heaven. Meanwhile, those who brought the religion to you are planning for their future. They are planning for their generation, yet unborn. But we Africans, we are thinking of the heaven and hell that we'll go to. I pray that God will give us, God will awake our subconsciousness, and then we will follow the voice of revolution that is gradually lingering in Africa. And one day we'll get it right. Please do well to share this video and let it get to whoever it may concern. Thank you. God bless you.